Good morning, good evening, and welcome to this week's Fibrific live craft and chat where we are playing the Witchcraft game. It's a game. We need to name it. Is Witchcraft game what we're going with? So there was some chatting going on before the stream started. So good morning to Kathy, who was there first. Florida Manufactured Home Living says still say it should be witchcraft. Yeah, but we're doing a bit of the play on words with it. The play. I'm just my all of a sudden my wrist is just sending off 7,000 notifications. Let's have a Samantha's got a cold. I'm so sorry to hear that, Samantha. I hope you're feeling better soon. And happy Thanksgiving for those of you in the US. I thought that Thanksgiving was in a few hours. For some reason I thought it was Thursday for you and it's Wednesday for you. Have I got that totally wrong? Am I totally wrong? I could be totally wrong. I'm really bad with the whole, things. But yes, I mean, if you were American in Australia, it'd be Thanksgiving today for you. But we don't celebrate Thanksgiving in Australia. That's right. There was so many in early, Kelly. It was very distracting. It was very distracting. I've changed a whole pile of stuff. Like I've changed everything on my side. I've tried to make it look mostly the same. I think it looks mostly the same for you, but for me, everything is different. So way better. It's way better, but I'm still adjusting. The heart is back. I think I ditched it again. I think when I set it up, I forgot to remove it because I have to manually remove it every single time. YouTube won't let me have it off as a default because they love it. I hate it. So yeah. I'm still catching up on the chat. Good morning to everybody, to Leanne, to Kelly, to Christina, to Teresa, Russell, Knitspin Girls. Hello to everybody. Sally's here as well. Good morning, Sally. Bianca's made it. Excellent. Okay, so I'm not confused. All right, thank you for clarifying that for me, chat. That you guys are saying Thanksgiving to me in Australia because it is Thursday for me. But Thanksgiving for you is still a few hours away. Okay, I've got it. Mel's in the room, sort of. She's working. Working, W-U-R-K-I-N-G, how we've written it here. It's a bit of a thing that's started creeping up, and it's where you're working, where you're lurking, but you're at work. So you can listen, but you can't really chat. So thank you to all the workers and lurkers. And those of you watching the replay, it's great to see you back as well. So that is awesome. Thank you. Home Rapid Repair. Tomorrow is the big day, Turkey Day for you. Awesome. Glad to hear it. I'm so relieved. I was just like, wait, have I screwed this up? Like my brain was totally a mess over it. Kathy says that Thanksgiving is the 4th Thursday of November. Okay, so it's always a Thursday. That's good to know. It's good to know. Thank you. Well, witchcraft works too. We're waving a magic wand or a hook while muttering to ourselves, then poof a blanket. I've seen that meme. It cracks me up every single time. Every time. It makes me laugh. It really does. Let me have a look here. We're still having the issues with streaming, so that's great. Eat a roux. I've eaten roux. Yeah. We got nothing against eating our national emblem in this country. We eat kangaroos, we eat emus, we eat crocodiles. What else do we eat? What other random things? I mean, cows and sheep and ducks and chickens and pigs, like all the normal things, or the usual Western things. But yeah, kangaroos. We don't eat koalas, but there's lots of reasons why we don't eat koalas. Morning, Deb. It's great to see you. Hi, Dolores. It's so good to see you as well. Chintamani has made it. It's so good to see you. Oh, camels, goats. Excellent. Yes, yeah, we eat lots of different meat here. We don't care. I'm in true beverage goblin high feta today. I've got coffee, I've got water, and I've got my throat soothing tea. So, yeah. Hey, Russell, Are you watching 2 streams at the same time? Just checking, because isn't there something else that's on right now that you could be watching? I'm just saying. Russell and I are both part of the same YouTube education group, and their Zoom meetings have been happening at the same time as our live stream, so I haven't caught one for some time. But Russell could catch one. Let me have here. Oh, that's a good question. Is beef or chicken more popular over there? Look, I don't know. I personally prefer chicken. I'm not a big red meat eater, but I also know that I'm not the you know, the usual crowd when it comes to food. So I honestly don't know the answer to that question. I don't know which one we do more. I know beef is ridiculously expensive here at the moment. It's so expensive. Like, there's 3 of us in this house. If we want to buy 3 steaks to just cook for dinner, we're looking upwards of $30 to $40 just for the meat for our dinner. And put that into context, I can buy 2 chicken breasts for under $10. So, and they're like big, like a kilo of chicken breast is like $9 something. So yeah, it's what's a kilo? A kilo is 2 pounds, just over 2 pounds, I think. Anyway, yeah. Oh, you are. You're watching both streams. Awesome. Hey, say hi to everybody in the chat for me. That'd be great. Oh my gosh, Kathy forgot her beverage. Kathy, run, grab your beverage. Yeah, chicken's definitely more affordable. Oh yeah. There's usually a big push for lamb around Australia Day. That's normally a big push for lamb. Kathy says her and her husband eat chicken and turkey and a bit of beef. Yeah, we tend to go chicken and tuna, and mince. So that's beef, mince. I'm just thinking, we get sausages, which is either chicken, beef, pork, or lamb. It depends on what's around when I'm sausage shopping. Okay, so let's start. Let's start with our what you call it. What are we doing again? We're doing our witchcraft projects. Oh, I didn't fix this one. Let me just like, there we go. A bit more in frame. Okay. So let's get started with the dice rolling so we can see the dices. Hang on. I've got one there. There we go. I knew I had one for there. Hang on. I just did this and I bring that over. There we go. I moved everything. So I have to, you know, like the things that I thought, you know. Alrighty. So let's go with this one. We haven't used this one as our first dice for a while. So let's see which project we're going to be working on today, because the dice tell us which one we work on until you in the chat change it. How you can change it, we'll go through in a minute, but there's, if you want to have a quick read, that's in the description. Okay. Number 6, Abby's waffle blanket. She is going to be so chuffed. So number 6 is Abby's waffle blanket. So I'll move the dice aside. Now, I do need to roll before I run away and forget, because last week I nearly forgot. I need to roll for the mosaic. Now, I have to confess, I am behind on the mosaic again. I'm behind. Like, just don't judge me, all right? I was doing other things. I pulled apart an entire studio and put it back together. Okay. All right. Oh, well, we've got an 8, so we're going to need to vote. And then we've got a 1. And we've got, oh, you guys couldn't see the 8. It rolled over there. Another 8. Oh my gosh. All right. We've never had 2 votes straight up like that. Alrighty. So let us jump into the voting screen. We're going to do the first vote. So can one of the mods pop in the link for the what do you call that again? What are you doing? So we're going to have to vote twice, is what I'm saying here. Like, I'm all a feather because we have to vote twice. So go in using the vote link. And so once we get this vote in, then we'll do it again. So be prepared to vote 2 times, okay? So we need to go in and vote using the vote link. Has anyone popped the vote link in the chat yet? No, not yet. Has one of the mods got the vote link handy? Or do I need to go and dig it out? There we go. Sal's got it. Go, Sally. You guys need to click on the link and go and vote over on this link, the numbers you call out in the chat, while I'm very curious, so don't actually count towards the vote. Coffee is at a good temperature. I'm happy. We're going to wait a minute. So while we're doing that, I'm going to move these dice aside and I'll start getting Abby's project ready while you guys vote. I'm going to let the vote run for another 60 seconds. Do I have I've got a countdown start, but it's a 40-second countdown. Look, we're just going to go with that. We'll just put that up. I'll go with 40 seconds and then a few seconds extra. Oops, I'm knocking things over left, right and centre here. I've got room to move now because of moving. You can't see it now, but in the other shot there's a thing over here. Because I moved that, it was on the other side of my table, and so I switched things around. It meant that I could get an extra 20 centimeters of gap. I'm so happy. There we go. All right, so that vote has happened. We're going to go and click on the button for show results. Stop that. Go away. Show results. All right. We got an enemy. So number 3 is our first one. Okay, so that's awesome. You guys rock. So you got number 3. So what I need to do is go back to the poll. Reset the poll. And you guys need to jump in and vote again because we need 2 different votes. So back to voting. Where's that vote link? I'll put it back up on screen again. Yeah. Back to voting. So there we go. So maybe if you voted for an enemy last time and you had another color you were thinking of, maybe pick that one this time because now we've got an enemy. So number 3 is an enemy. Number 1 is Rooster. And then we'll see what the next vote is. Those of you that love purple are doing a dance. And voting again, absolutely. I know you've just voted. I do know. And we got to vote a second time because we rolled 2 8s. 2! Like what? How does that happen? I don't even know. We'll get that countdown timer going again. A bit of urgency. Get in, vote and choose. I'm just setting up Abby's blanket while I'm here. She's going to be so happy. I think I can hear her car coming in. She had errands to run this morning, but she's back now, I think. Should do a little dance. Alrighty. Okay. Clearing the countdown timer. That's right, Samantha. We are voting on the colours to put into the mosaic blanket next. All right. I'm going to go and hit the show results button in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Oh, we got Morpho. Oh, wait. We have a tie between Morpho and Amphibian. So we're going to do... I've just set all this up. I need the table empty again. Oh, we're going to go odds and evens. So what we do when there's a tie is one colour gets odds, one colour gets evens. We roll the dice again, and that is the one that we get. Okay. Okay, but do I get 2 stars now? I don't know what that means. Okay, so we're going to go back over here. Nope, this one. There we go. We're going to roll the dice. So Morpho is odds and Amphibian is evens. Alrighty, let's see what we get here. Odds. So Morpho it is. Morpho is odds. Amphibian was evens. Alrighty, we've got our colours. So our colours are number 3, anemone, number 1, rooster, and number 2, morpho. I should put a 2 there. There we go. Alrighty. Let's move the dice out of the way for now. I just heard Abby's little car back into its spot and the door is closed. She's going to be so happy. She'll be like, oh yay, I'm working on my project. I did change the lighting around a little. I'm not sure how I feel about it, truth be told, yet. We're testing some things out. We're testing them out. Let's have a look here. Let me just see if I don't think I've changed anything. It just seems darker than I anticipated. Nope, it's fine. The lighting looks very natural. Okay, well, we'll leave it. I won't touch anything. Let's just go forth and crochet something. Okay, so now that we've gotten the voting out of the way and we've gotten the morpho colours done, what are you working on in this live chat? I just want to fix this up. There we go. There we go. So let me have a look here. I need to flip some things. This is how Abby's blanket's looking. It's looking great, I reckon. I'm biased though, right? I'm biased because I'm working on it. That makes me biased, doesn't it? Yeah, I think it makes me biased. Yeah, so let me know in the chat. What are you working on? I'm just going to flip back out of the voting section. All right. Excellent. Okay. So to make sure everything was working, back to the screen. All right, let's have a look here. Oh, excellent point. Don't forget to hit the thumbs up. Thank you. So anemone, rooster, then morpho. Yep, that's right. That was the order. That's anemone, rooster, morpho. Yeah, that's what that's the order I have it written down in. Jennifer's working on the spelters. Spelters. Am I saying that right? Wrap. Yes, excellent. Sally's keeping everyone on the straight and narrow. Good point. Deb's sewing. Oh, a bit jelly, Deb. I've really got to take my sewing machine in to get checked. I keep talking about it and I don't do it. It's because it's a long way for me to go to do it. Susanna's sweltering in Perth. I'm sorry to hear that, Susanna. I actually have the aircon on. I've got my long sleeves on, but it's just long sleeve cotton. So, yeah. I'm making a cotton top. Lovely. A new one. You finished the purple one. What colour is this one? So you're knitting. That is awesome. So I was like, okay, I'm going to a work Christmas party. It's a casual event. Would my cream ranunculus top and some black linen pants be okay for that? I'm terrible at working out what's suitable. Abby is back. So, you guys who don't know, my husband Tim has hurt his eye. It's fine. It's getting some creams and ointments and stuff, and it's all good. Abby went to the $2 shop. No, don't show. But she has picked up a pirate's hat and mask for Tim.
No, pirate's hat and eye thing.
Eye patch, sorry.
An earring too.
And an earring. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. That's hilarious.
Jade made me do it.
Oh, was it Jade's idea?
It's like, oh yeah, you'll get cold feet if you don't do it. You have to go get an eye patch now.
Oh wow.
Jade.
Okay. This blanket that I'm working on here, you can check it out. All the details are in my Ravelry link. Is my I don't even know if it is. Let me just check. I'm like, oh yeah, just go to the description and look at my Ravelry link. The answer is no. No. The Ravelry link is not in my description. So if a mod can toss in a Ravelry link for me, that would be amazing. Thank you so much. That would be a lovely combo. Oh, because I think it would be like, it's hot. It's going to be on a hot evening. It's right up near Christmas. And it's going to be hot, I reckon. And I just think it would be all cotton and linen, but a little nicer than like a t-shirt. But yeah, it's gosh. Yeah, Abby has a sense of humor. Abby definitely has a sense of humor. Absolutely. Francis has been to the gym. Go, Francis. You're a legend. Got to get those reps in. Look, Leanne, the photo that Abby showed me was of Tim wearing it. So, he's fine with it. He looked like he was laughing. He looked like he was laughing. Oh, wait a second. What was that? Oh, apparently he was not laughing. Oh, it was a smile. It was a smile. It wasn't laughing. It's very hard when it's a photo. You don't know if someone's really enjoying it. Well, if Tim was fake smiling, then it was an awesome fake smile. And he should fake smile like that more often. Let me have a look here. So, yes, what we're working on here is the waffle stitch blanket. My brain was saying thermal, and I'm like, it is not the thermal stitch. It is a waffle stitch blanket. I mean, who knows? It maybe the waffle stitch is also known as the thermal stitch. I don't know. So, yes. So, yeah, we're just getting it all done. Now, one thing I've realized is I need to center my work little thing a bit more. Oh, no, not too much. Not too much. It shows the white. Because I'm not in the center. I feel like I'm like having to twist, and it's not working for me. Oh dear. All right. So I'm going to have another sip of my tea in a second. No, coffee. Oh, which reminds me, I'm going to take the lid off my tea because last week my face burnt off. I'll let that. Oh yeah. Yeah, good call. Good call on letting it get some air. Because if I went to take a sip of that, that's very steamy. Like I don't mind it like hot tea as in just hot enough. But I don't like hot tea as in peeling the skin off the roof of your mouth kind of hot. There's a line, you know? Alrighty. So I'm going to work on this blanket. Abby didn't even comment. She was too busy being excited about the pirate stuff that I don't even know if she noticed that we're working on her blanket today.
I did notice.
She's just yelled out, I did notice. But that's only until somebody uses a member's super chat or super chats $10 or more and changes it. I don't know if you can hear her. She said, don't challenge me. I will do what I have to do to defend my blanket. I got paid the other day. Oh, wouldn't that be funny if she ended up just like having to keep super chatting so that we kept working on her blanket. And then by then she's actually paid for the yarn of the blanket. Because she hasn't yet. So I call it Abby's blanket, but I'm actually keeping it for myself. No, it is Abby's blanket. Let me look here. I'd forgotten, but do you border the waffle blanket? I don't think so. The edges are pretty straight. I don't really know, truth be told. I kind of like how the edges are, so I'm not going to border it, but that doesn't mean you can't border it if you don't want to, but I'm pretty happy with how the edges on it look. So, I mean, they're not perfect, but they'll do. They'll do the job. Oh, you spent all your money on Thanksgiving dinner? That's awesome. I can't wait to hear about what you decided to have for yourself. That will be exciting. Good morning, Gamer Widows. Great to see you. Alrighty. Get the hands under the camera, but the camera has moved because I moved everything. I'm very happy with it for the most part. So, you know, like tweaking. Some tweaking needs to happen. And then I'll be happier. Like, in all honesty, I want to sit here like this, right? That's about center of the mat. But I want the camera to move over a little. I wonder if I can just... I can do this. I'm going to stand up and do it. Oops. Don't do that. Don't tilt down. Ha ha ha! I am the winner. I am the winner. Ah, that feels better. I don't have to... It was like full on twisting to get everything all lined up. Okay. Thanks for being my guinea pigs and letting me do this. Bianca's put a picture of her current project in the fun zone. That is awesome. Also, those of you that are here, don't forget that we do have the new Discord server. If you're a Discord person, you can go over in there and add your projects into the project area over there. And we can make our individual threads and what have you for conversationaling. I don't know what the word is. And then we can, you can follow the project that you want to follow. I'm having Christmas lunch at home with just my family for the first time in years, so I've started planning a feast with all of the foods. Awesome. What's in a fancy Italian salad? I have no idea. A basic Italian salad is tomato, basil, and mozzarella. But yeah. Samantha, you joined the Discord last week. I saw that you jumped in, so... you can just go and check it there. Holly says I need to figure out how to use Discord. I'm going to find some basic walkthroughs and add them in there so that once you're in, you can have a little look around to learn how to utilize it better. I did see, I noticed, I think I thumbs up it, but I'll go and check it. I'll go and have another look. So that is awesome. Conversing is the word I wanted. Thank you. Sometimes English doesn't English properly. So, yeah, look, Discord's new. But do you guys remember, like, when everyone had to Zoom, no one knew how to Zoom. Now everyone can Zoom in their sleep. They were like, yeah, whatever, I just click this button and do this and poof, there I am. It'll be the same for Discord. It'll just take a little minute, just adjusting to where to find the screens, adjusting to where to find the things that you want to find and learn how to comment and how to use, your GIFs for replies and all that sort of fun stuff. And it just takes a little bit of practice. That's all it takes. Just a little bit of practice and you'll be good again. and then you'll be like a big bunch of Discord legends. So yeah. Holly joined last week as well. Awesome. Francis says, my kids spend all day on Discord with their mates. Francis, you should absolutely ask them. Like, for sure. They'll probably be like, oh my God, Mom, you're doing yarn on Discord. Discord is for gaming. I don't know why kids sound like that in my brain, but they do. All of them, even Abby. Oh yeah, there's totally tutorials, and Discord itself has an amazing like how to Discord thing. I was going to go in and find some of that and add links to that, because unlike a lot of other platforms, they really want people to be able to utilize all the features, so they make them accessible so that you can find the instructions and learn how to be better and do better. I love it. I like the attitude behind it. I don't like that all the Discord plushie giveaways are for US residents only. I want one of them plushies. I think they're gorgeous. And I don't have many plushies. I'm not a plushie person, but those ones were just... I want one of them. But I can't, because all the competitions are US only. So I'm like... That's how I feel about that. I get really frustrated. I get very frustrated when companies that are quite happy to accept your international dollars only run competitions to the US-based audience. I was like, oh, I'm sorry. Aren't there like hundreds of other countries in the world? There really are. So, yeah. Anyway, I do get grizzly about that stuff. It makes me annoyed. And I get really frustrated for the people that enter and then complain. Like, you see them complaining, I never get to win any of these things, blah, 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 blah. And then you look and then you realize, no, you're not in the US. Your profile says you're in like France or something. And when you check the terms and conditions, because they never write it easy, you've got to go and click the T&Cs. It's for US only. And I think it's mainland US only. So even if you live in like Hawaii or Alaska, you don't get to be part of it. I think that's even worse. It's like you're American, but you still miss out. Oh, there we go. Florida Manufactured's got a nice Italian lesson on our salad. Oh, that was your adult daughter as well, but she did say go, Mum. That's awesome. Oh, it won't let you add photos to the finish. I'll go and check that out. I'll check that out after the stream. Because I'm still like fine-tuning all the permissions, so I may have accidentally made it so that only I can add to it. No, I've done that. It wouldn't be the first. Crochet with Claire is celebrating 25 months of membership. Oh, Claire. You'll need to let me know. You've used your members chat. You have asked a question, but did you know that you could also ask for the re-roll to choose another project? So let me know if you wanted me to not re-roll and continue on with this project, because maybe you didn't realize that using your members chat message did that as well. So let me know. But this yarn that I'm using, it's from Yarnspirations. It's the Karen Cotton Cakes. I'm actually surprised at how much I'm enjoying using it, honestly. And this is the Beach Glass colorway, and I love it. I think it's just beautiful. I was very lucky at retreat last year. A friend of mine wanted to destash like 13 balls of it, so we did a yarn trade, and it is just gorgeous to work with. Oh, I'm gonna have to tell Abby that she owes you like a cup of tea or something, like a bag of rubus. Hey, Abby. Claire used her members super chat, which usually gets a re-roll, but she asked to not re-roll, but just to answer a question, because she likes this project so much she didn't want it to change.
Oh, that's lovely. That's not a question,
No,
though.
her question was, what was the yarn?
Oh.
Yeah.
That's lovely, Claire. Thank you very much. Time to get this blanket done. It's only taken her about 25 months to do.
It has not been 25 months.
Yeah, well, I said it has.
No, there's a date. I have a start date on Ravelry. I can check that fact. I can fact check that, Abby. Let's have a look here. So Clara said to keep going. Oh, excellent point, Kelly. So there are, I am going to be removing. So when I very first started the Discord, I had 2 other finished and progress sections. And now they've got little padlocks at the start. Those padlock ones you can't post into. I'm actually going to be deleting them. But I felt bad about deleting them straight away because the Discord had just started and people had jumped in and put stuff in straight away. And I felt really bad about deleting their entire, their conversations straight away. So I was just going to leave it for a few weeks and then remove them. The ones with the little bubbles next to them. Oh, let me just, I don't know. And that's the other thing. In the Discord, you will have to, in the threads, you do need to add the tag. It won't let you save it without a tag. Bianca says the problem is on her Android mobile. I'll have to have a look into it because I don't seem to have any problem with it on my mobile. But I will check. Samantha, this is a waffle stitch. Leanne says this blanket will be ready for next winter. Absolutely. And Sally, that's an excellent point. The one without the padlock is the one to use. Excellent. Josephine says that she was able to just post a photo. So that is awesome. Thank you, Josephine, for checking to make sure that works for us. I really appreciate that. I know that Bianca said that she's having a problem with an Android mobile, so I'll double check that as well. But we could do a little walkthrough at some stage. If you want me to screen share the Discord server, we can do a little walkthrough and I can show you some things. Oh, Chintamani said Android user and it let me post a pic when I used the tag. Excellent. Because that's the thing. I want that it won't let you post the pic unless you've tagged it. Like it won't let you post anything in those 2 threads unless you've chosen one of the tags. And that's to make our future fun enjoyable, because if you're a crocheter, you don't want to, and you want to look at, you're like, oh, I remember seeing this post, it was definitely crochet. You can narrow it down to crochet or to knit or whatever. He's gone past the instructor and finished his work. He's finding the instructor boring. He's now rearranging his office. Could you do a how-to video for us like you did? Yeah, absolutely I could. That's a great point, Chintamani. Samantha, there's the ones that are open don't have padlocks at the front of them. That's the only way to tell at the moment. And later on today, I'll go and delete the others because while I would have liked to have left those threads there because they were the first people to come in and comment and I was really excited and happy, it seems to be causing some confusion, so I will remove them. I thought the padlocks made it pretty clear that they were locked, but maybe not. A how-to vid for Discord. So what I'm going to do is I'll make the how-to vid for our Discord, okay? So it'll be specific to ours. Alrighty. I'm going to keep going, just keep going. So I got quite a few rows done on my other blanket over the productivity stream. I was pretty happy about that. Then I took it out to the lounge room and did another few rows that afternoon. And that was really nice just to sit and craft and not have any expectation of myself. And I think that's what's happened. So you remember how at the beginning of the year I was like, oh my God, I don't know why I'm able to craft so freely and do so much. And now I'm like back to like, ugh. And it was because I put pressure on the projects again. I'm like, oh, I want to get them done by a certain time. Whereas before I was like, yeah, whatevs. And now I'm like, I want to get these finished. So it added some pressure that my brain didn't like. So, and it's undue pressure. There's no reason for these deadlines, these arbitrary deadlines. So I were like, yep, it'd be great to have a few of these knocked over before Christmas just to clear some space. But if I don't, you know what? It doesn't actually matter that much. It's not like any of these are actually Christmas presents. So, yeah. Although Abby would really love to have this one done by Christmas. Not going to happen. Francis says, I've finally started knitting my handspun jumper bottom up and really struggling with the rib. Have frogged 3 times this week. Oh. So what kind of rib are you doing? Some are trickier than others, getting your brain into the rhythm of it. Like a 3-in-1 rib, I really struggle with. So that is, whereas like a 2x2, I'm better at. In saying that, I still screw up ribs, but I also, it's now a thing. Like every hat that I give away usually has one little section of the rib has been inverted, so it looks a little bit moss stitch over like 4 stitches, 2 and then 2, and they've been inverted, and then I fix it back up the row after. And I've learned to just leave them. No one I've ever gifted them has ever noticed, or at least they've never mentioned it. So, you know, possibly because I know if they complained about it, then I just wouldn't give them anything ever again. I mean, that could be a thing. Oops. It's like, shh, don't tell her, because you'll never get another hat again. Well, see, no, they're always, like, for the rib, you need a mixture of knits and pearls. And depending on the kind of rib, you could have 2 knits and 2 pearls, or 1 knit and 1 pearl, or 3 knits and 1 pearl has a gentler rib. But there's variations, and usually a pattern has a particular rib for a reason. But sometimes there's there's a twisted stitch rib, so sometimes you'll knit through a back loop on your knit stitches and then pearl. The socks I'm working on actually do that. Where's the sock? Where's the sock? Here it is. So that's how we're getting this sort of twisted stitch look, is because we're knitting through the back loop. So we pearl. So we knit through the back loop and then pearl. So there's actually, it's a rib in there. But it's very, you know, it's stretchy. But so yeah, different ribs do different things. And some of them are aesthetic and some of them are less aesthetic. Francis says, I'm making it. Oh, you're making up the sweater. Okay, well then definitely try a 3-in-1 and see how you feel about it. Because it's still your multiple of 4, which is what most people have for their ribs. So you can see, you can test it out. So are you going circular bottom up or flat pieces? Because then you're going to be doing 3 pearls and 1 knit on the back side, unless you're going in the round. I need more beverage. I have a squeaky chair of Squeaky. It's doing my head in a little bit. It'll be all right. I'll be okay. Gabby Rodriguez, it's so good to see you. Glad you could make it. Dun, 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 dun. Alrighty. So let me know. Have you scored any good Black Friday sales? Any bargains? Anything that you want to share with the group? I have not had the greatest luck. I bought some stuff. I bought 4 things from Amazon, and I'm returning 2 of them. And the 2 that I'm keeping is like a cleaning product, Joy, and some sticky Velcro dots. So it's actually the 2 fun things that I'm returning, because one of them was a power board that just didn't work out of the box. Like plug it in, doesn't work. I thought maybe it's like little thing, it's got a surge protector, so I tried to reset the surge protector, still didn't work. Nothing I could do could make it work. So I'm like, back in the box, do a return. And the other thing was, I wanted to put some pretty fun flashy lights in the background that could be controlled by activities that you do. Like basically, like one of the things was like if I get a members chat, it was going to flash green, and if I got a yellow super chat, it would flash yellow. Stuff like that. It was going to be a bit of fun, and like I could be like, you know, a new member, and it could roll rainbows or something like that. Anyway, the answer is no. The model I bought was the model under the model that integrated, except you couldn't work out that the integrated models until you applied for the... Are you right, Macy? Macy is upset about something. So basically, long story short, it doesn't work, so I'm sending that back too. I mean, it works, and it's cute, and it's great. And if you want some mobile-controlled fairy lights, then the Govee fairy lights that are on special in Australia for like $23 are fantastic. But they weren't going to do what I wanted them to do. So... they're going back, but in my cart, and my finger keeps hovering over the buy button. Is the next option up that can do the job? And I'm like, do I really want to do it? Would that be something that you guys found fun? Like if we could do some light integration with that sort of thing. So yeah. Is that something that you would like, or am I like trying to make this too hard? For me, it was going to be a bit of fun, and now I'm sad because it didn't work first time. But you know, really, when does anything work first time? Let me have a look here. So, are you doing it in panels? Okay, all right. Good to know. Well, just remember that your 3 and 1, a 2 and 2 rib means that it's usually the same on the backwards and front, like for your right side and wrong side. Whereas a 3 and 1, you've got to remember which way you're going. The only thing that I've bought is yarn. I received my first package, and I'm waiting for some more packages. Man, there are some fantastic yarn sales going on, like Hobie and Knit Picks, like going hard. I'm trying so hard to be good. Oh, also Maker. No, what are they called now? Source of Fibre, formerly Maker. So go over to if you're in the Discord, I've put a page of links, or if you want to hit my website on the recommends tab, go and check out my list of shops there. And so many of them are having great sales. I did have yarn in my cart, but for some silly reason I couldn't check out. I tried a few times and failed, so I took it as a sign and emptied the cart and sulked in a corner. Leanne, you should try again. Their website could have been crashing due to too much love on the website. Chintami, yes, absolutely. It's fun, but not essential, for sure. For sure. It sounds like chaos, and I love it. Oh my gosh. Knitspin Girl says, I bought some cheap earbud headphones for my phone. They keep cutting out. Very annoying, but not worth sending back. Oh. A lot of deals in stores, but too busy working toys to look or buy. Yeah, it's one of those things. It's one of those things like, do you want it bad enough? Do you really need it? Do you really want it? I mean, the thing for me is one of the things that I'm looking at, and I've got it sitting in a cart waiting to see if it gets a better discount. And I have serious disappointment right now. And I'm going to tell you why. There is a piece of audio equipment, right, that I want to get. I've been researching it since it was released earlier in the year. It's a Rode piece of equipment, so it's the same guys who make my microphone. It's a new audio interface. It's next level audio interface than what I've got, which would mean that I would have more freedom of switching between softwares because I'm not limited to using the software audio interfaces, which are sometimes a bit meh, truth be told. And I feel the limits. I'm like, I'll be like, okay, I'm going to be doing this stream. Oh, but damn it, I'm not going to be able to do this thing on there. I'm going to have to use this other software. And, you know, I go through this sort of thing every now and again when I'm like deciding which way to stream. So like for these streams, because I want to bring in so many different screen shares and things like that, I use Ecamm. When I want to do like the productivity stream with the music where I've got the overlay and everything, again, I have to use Ecamm, but that's because of the overlay limitations. On StreamYard, if I wanted to bring in the music in the playlists how I want to, I can't because I don't have the hardware, and their software option is pathetic. So I keep coming up against this thing. Anyway, so I want this piece of kit, right? It's not necessary. I am getting by without it, but it is, I'm noticing it, right? It's one of those things, as I have this thing in my brain, don't upgrade until you notice that you've hit the limits of it multiple times. And I've noticed. Anyway, before this other piece came out, the Rodecaster Pro 2 was the option, and it was always overkill. I was just like, oh, it does way too much. It costs way too much. I don't want that. It's also big, right? So I'm like, nope, I don't need that. That's overkill. So then they bring out the Rodecaster Duo, which has got all the bells and whistles I want, plus a couple of extras. So that's nice too, something to grow into, but without being too big, and it's a little less expensive, and it's sort of like half the number of microphone inputs, which is fine. So I've been keeping an eye on it. It came out, and it was around, they say it started at $7.99 Australian, which I don't know what it came out in the US. But pretty well instantly, most places were charging around the $7.50 mark for it. $7.50, $7.25, around there. On Amazon, it's been $7.25 for months, right? So I'm like, okay, Rode always do Black Friday sales. So I've been keeping my eye out. The Rodecaster Pro 2, which is the overkill piece of equipment, which is $1,100, has now been reduced down to $800. This Streamer X, which is it's like an adjacent piece of equipment. It can bring in the camera and a microphone, but it doesn't have any. It's a little box with a couple of buttons on it, and it doesn't have any sliders. I want sliders. That has, while it's $550, it didn't get reduced. They tossed in a free $250 set of Rode headphones. So I was just like, cool. The piece of equipment that I want has got a $25 discount. And I'm just like, really? You knock this one down by $300. You give that one a $250 piece of equipment, but the one I actually want gets nothing. And I'm sad. It's making me sad. So when you're hovering, so back to the chat. When you're hovering over the buy cart, get Macy to accidentally sit on your hand. And whoops, Macy made me buy it. I think I'm going to buy it because it's got a really good, the lights have got a really big, like they're 129 and they're down to 89. So that's a good discount. That's a good discount. Oh, thank you, Nitpicks affiliate. Thank you very much. Oh, nice job. Upgraded convert kit and got 30% off the annual price. Gotta love that. That's a great deal. Oh, the handspun fairy lights do look very cute. They really do. Let me look. Just wondering, I watch your live chat on my TV and my laptop. Do I get double monetization? I don't know. YouTube's normally pretty good at working out like duplicate views and things like that based on the location of where the viewers come from. But I honestly don't know the answer to that question. Possibly is the best I can come up with. So, yeah, possibly. But I don't know. But I do love the ability now for you to be able to, they've made it so that you can cast your phone to your TV and then still chat from your phone. I think, whereas before it used to block it out so you couldn't chat from your phone. So I don't know if that counts as more than one or not. I don't know. The Rodecaster Pro 2. Yeah, I love the Rodecaster Pro 2. I think it's a great piece of equipment. But again, I think it's overkill for me. But I'm like, it's basically similar money now. Like I'm looking at 700 or 800, and it gets me like, you know, more. This is more. Yeah, I agree. You've been crossing your fingers. I'm still hopeful because technically speaking, it's not Black Friday yet in the US. So I haven't given up hope entirely. So yeah, but they are streamed to the same URL. Do you mean like as in they've got the same IP address? That's my thing as well. But then if I've got two people in the same house watching the same live stream, then that's different. I don't know. That's why I'm not sure. So you don't get extra monetization if someone watches a video multiple times. You do, to a degree. YouTube are very good at working out, like there's bad actors. YouTube are trying to protect their platform from people who are trying to rot the system. So, oh, hello, Macy. You're very loud. So, what? Macy, what's wrong? I don't know if you guys can hear her, but she's very loud. So basically there were people they're basically like view farms is what it boils down to, and they can just watch a video over and over and over again. Now YouTube cracked down on that, and you can't do that. And that's why YouTube do this thing now where when you get two different charts to look at your data, and one is to what's happening right now. But then once it gets added into your studio, so not the 24 to 48 hour view, once it's added, the views have been verified, and they could drop, because if YouTube feels that someone's just been, view farming it, then yeah, they'd take some of those views away. So, but I think it's different. Like if you're watching a tutorial video and you go back and rewatch the tutorial video, like in a few months, I think that's fine. It's more of a case of if it's scammy and spammy, YouTube are working it out. So I don't know exactly how they do it, but yeah. Oh yeah, I'm chatting to the people Macy wants to chat to. She's sort of like, because Abby's doorway is just over here, and so she sort of walked in. So I think she's looking for Abby. So she just walks around the house yelling like, hello, hello, is there anyone? I don't want you. Where's the other one? Hello. So yeah, except very loudly. Very loudly. Let me look. Oh, hello. Uh-oh. So because I usually work on that big Granny Ripple blanket in the lounge room, I brought the crate in, and it's just on the floor in here. And she's like, ooh, this looks like it could be nice to sleep on. Or chew up the yarn. That's the other thing. She eats yarn. I don't like it. At all. Oh no, she's just climbing onto the bed. I have a little pet bed in here. I think she's looking for Abby. It's kind of sad. I mean, at least she's not attacking me. That is an excellent point, Sally. She's not attacking me yet. She does jump up on the table and just knock things over willy-nilly, which is one of the reasons why I wanted to streamline everything here and make things less easy to be pushed on the ground. So, yeah. There's that as well. And now I'm back to being able to stand or sit and bring everything with, except for that light. This one over here that does this side of my face. I can't. Yeah, this one. This light over here. That light can't move. But everything else, including the light on this side, it can all raise and lower with me. Let me look. My cat does that. He likes the echo in the upstairs hall. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. She's kind of in the little hallway where her voice would echo. Also, I put the curtains down so I can have the aircon on. She loves just lurking in those curtains and then attacking whoever walks through them. Oh yeah, well, I have now moved that power board. That power board has moved. And I've put a piece of gaff over the button so it's less easy for it to be stomped upon. I wouldn't say it's cat proof. It's cat treated. It's like the difference between sound treated and soundproofing. It's been treated. I'm sure if she really wanted to, she could work out a way to turn off all our power. She's very clever. Gosh. So we are powering through these rows. Loving it. How are you going on your project? Let me know in the chat. How's it going? I'm going to have a little tea break in a second and check the tea and maybe put its lid back on, because while I did want it to cool down a little, I don't want it to get cold as such. Alrighty. Have the last sip of my coffee. We'll clear that up. Coffee is finished. I'm still nervous. It's excuse me, it's still hot, but it's not burn your skin off hot. So well done me. Excellent. I did an excellent job. Timed it very well. So the tea is still hot but still drinkable. How long did that need? It needed an hour. It needed an hour. Let's just have a cup of lava next to us while we're streaming. Gosh, that's hilarious. I'll just let that cool down for an hour. Oh dear. Oh, she's going again. I can hear her. A bit further away, not quite so loud. I'm going to hazard a guess that Abby might be outside. Macy does not like it when Abby goes outside and plays in the yard without her. But she also does not like to wear her harness, so therefore she does not get to go outside because she is an inside cat. Oh, we're on to the white. We've moved from the beige to the bone to the cream to the... You guys, if you don't know what I'm talking about, you need to look up 12th Man. He's a cricket satirist. It was very funny. It used to make listening to cricket matches very amusing. You love hearing Macy talk. I do, except I know when she's when she's sad. That's the thing. Hang on. And that's where I get a bit like, oh, Macy. But when she's like chirping around, that makes me smile. But this is her sad. I know you're here, but I can't find you sounds. So, because sometimes everyone will go outside. Tim, Abby, Louie the dog. They'll all go out and have a play. And Macy runs from window to window, meowing out at them sadly. And I just feel really bad for her because she's not allowed out. So, yeah. But she's also very happy when they come back in. And many head bumps and trying to trip them over by doing that leg thing. You know, the cats walk between your legs while you're trying to walk. Macy just walks under your feet. She doesn't go to that extra effort of doing the figure 8. She just gets in your way. Alrighty, it's time to flip. Back to the waffle side. I can't tell you how this feels. It's so lovely. The texture is amazing. The yarn feels wonderful. It's very dense. And I possibly could have gone up another hook size. I'm using a 5mm, and so for me, like, if I was comparing my 5mm usage to anybody else, it's more like a 5.5 to a 6. I'm a pretty loose crocheter. Oh, Macy. She's so sad. I'm going to just ask Abby where she is. There we go. I just sent Abby a message. Where are you? Macy is so sad. There we go. Got to just think about it for a second because it's the mirror of the pattern. There we go. I still need to tweak up this camera angle a little bit. I feel like I've got to lean quite far forward for it to get to the middle. So I'm thinking I would like to have it here. I'm going to touch the camera again, you guys. So I want it here because this is the comfortable spot for my arms. You know, I might leave it. I might just hang on. How's that? Ha ha ha. I went the software solution rather than the hardware solution. Go me. Go me. It's your birthday. No, it's not. La 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 la, back into this. How's that? Does that look good for you guys? It feels good for me. I'm happy with it. It says good from Samantha, so that's good. Just hoping the quality is still there. That's my issue. I can zoom it in all I want, but I don't want it to be grainy and horrible. So let me know if you've noticed a big drop in quality or anything like that. I'm very happy to find out because I am tweaking and changing everything because I did move all the cameras and unplugged them and reran all their cabling and microphone and lights and all of the things. So yeah. I'm just going to do something here. Just bear with me for just 1 second. I've got a message I'm just trying to respond to. I'm sorry, guys. And that. Not anymore is the answer. Alrighty. I am going to keep going here. Have some more tea. So some of the projects I'm trying to work on, I can't talk to you about. So I'm like trying to really like, oh yeah, I'm doing this thing and I can't, and I'm like, no, can't talk about that. So I'm sorry if I'm less chatty because I'm trying to like not give away like Christmas presents and future projects and things like that. So if you've got questions, drop them in the chat. If you want to know more about some of the projects that are on the trolley, let me know. I'll try and answer any of those questions as best as I can. Macy, I didn't understand your question. You'll need to run that through Google Translate for me. Actually, I do understand that question. That's the where is my mummy question. Hang on. Oh, Macy! Come here. Come on. You sad face. Come here. Come and have a cuddle. Wait, no, she's running. Oh, come here. Come on. Come and have a little cuddle. There we go. Oh, here we go. Little Macy needs a little cuddle. There you go. You little saddy cat. Hang on. We'll make your big screen. There we go. Oops. You gonna use the microphone? You gonna purr? No? Hey, Macy. Alright, I'm gonna put you down over here. Hey? There you go. She's such a cutie. Such a cutie. It might calm her down for a minute. Nope, she's going to start already. All right. I'm like not in my chair. That's better. That's better. Everything's good. Alrighty. I think we're good. Right. She is such a cutie, honestly. Oh, she has. She's grown so much. She really has. She really, really has. Hang on, I'm just trying to fix this. There's an issue. And because I set it up like while I'm doing this, and then I sit up straight, and then it's chopping out my head. I don't know. We'll leave it like that. I won't keep playing. But she is a cutie, and she's definitely grown. She's only marginally lighter than Tibbles now, but she still has such a little tiny head. She's a little small head, but she's got a big voice, and she's very sad. She's walking around the house being all sad. I don't like that sadness. I want to go and give her a cuddle and tell her it's okay. I do have to fix this. It's doing my head in. I've done something. I'm gonna fix this, and I've got a option. There we go. Fixed. I feel better now. I'm not all face. Oh my gosh. Vampire has made it. It's so good to see you, Vampire. I hope your morning has been fun, eventful, not horrible eventful. And yeah, Macy's such a cutie, but she's also a little bit destructive. I'll say that. A little destructive. We are powering through this ball of yarn. We have to match up another colour soon. nearly through the white, and then I've got a little bit of blue and then a bit more brown. Brown. It's a nice brown. I'll give it that. It goes from like a sandy brown. Well, it's not quite sandy. It's not quite yellow enough to be sandy, but like a pale brown to a dark brown. And all of the tones are nice. I like them all. Some browns I don't like. Oh yeah, like that's that. I mean, food shopping, not my favorite. Visiting with people you haven't seen, my favorite. So, all right, Sal, thank you for the warning. More tea. I'm tempted to try something like, now that I've changed all the lighting and everything, and just see if the mosaic blanket still makes the cameras cry. Should we test it? Should we just bring it over and just see if it goes orange or if it stays pink? I think it'll go orange. I don't think I've done anything that could solve the eye melting issue of the colours. But at the same time, I'm curious. I'm curious if this makes any difference whatsoever. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and to make it sparkle if you're enjoying your time here in this live chat. Let's do it. You reckon? All right, I'm nearly at the end of this row. So what I'll do is I'll get to the end of this row and then we'll test it out. Cross your fingers, because it would be nice if we finally, after how long, worked out a way for the cameras to not weep every time I bring out the flamingo pink. I'm not hopeful that it's going to make a difference. Well, actually, I'm only hopeful. I don't think it'll make a difference, but I can hope. Does that make any sense at all then? I don't know. I'm just rambling. I don't even know. Let's get to the end of the row. I'm testing out this other brand of hook, which I won't go into any detail right now, but I can say it feels different than the clovers, and I'm kind of happy to be back with the clover. Not that I don't like these hooks, it just feels different. But I've decided that if I'm going to do a hook review, I'm doing a hook review, not an unboxing. So I need to make something with it to be able to get a good idea rather than just be like, oh, yes, it feels nice. But if something feels dreadful, I'm not using it for a project. But if something feels nice, it's worth a trial. So I don't feel bad that I didn't have that plan in place when I reviewed those nasty Amazon hooks, which I do not recommend anyone spend their money on, but some people love them. I'm not quite sure how, but there's also ugly babies that people love. So, you know, each to their own. Alrighty, a few more stitches. Alrighty. I'll flip this and get it ready for the next row. But I'm going to reach back and get the what do you call them? The mosaic. Are you ready? Are you ready? Everyone's eyes on high alert. No, it did not solve it. It's still bright orange. Well, that's disappointing. But I tell you what, it looks good here. Like, let me just... It's definitely better this way. I mean, it's still not quite right, but it's definitely better there than it is there. All right. Sorry, little camera. Oh, I'll just drag off the whole thing. There we go. Sorry, little camera. Whoops. Okay, back to this. It didn't fix anything. Frances says that she actually likes the little... hang on a second, let me bring it on. No, that one. I usually use the metal hooks with some gaffer tape wrapped around the middle. Okay. You didn't mind the Amazon hooks? I'm used to the plain metal hook, so anything is an improvement. I don't know. I don't know if I agree with that. Because for me, it wasn't about the handles that was the problem. For me, the particular... And we might have different brands that we both... Because there were quite a few to choose from in the inexpensive... in the inexpensive hook area. There was a few different brands, but the ones that I got in particular, it was the actual metal of the hook that was also bad. So, and they were not to gauge. So that in itself is an issue as well. So, you know, it's like if you need a 3mm hook for a project and this says 3mm, but it's not, that is also an issue. It's definitely better on the face cam. Yeah. I mean, totally different quality of cameras. So, yeah. Oh, I love the blanket too. And I love the pink. I'm just disappointed that this camera doesn't like it. It would be so much easier for me to work on it if I could just make it work properly. Yeah, no lights will be needed. It'll glow. It'll legit glow. Absolutely. I've seen people using tennis balls and large doweling for hook handles on TikTok. Yeah, absolutely. But like, as I said, it's not the hook handles that I took issue with. It was the actual quality of the hook itself. So, there's so many different options for hook handles. Who did I see? Collage Knits have actually brought out like a beautiful handcrafted timber hook handle that goes onto their metal hooks. I haven't tried it, but I saw it and it looked pretty. But you know, and Collage do tend to bring out sort of the more higher end tools. But yeah, I don't know. For me, it was the hooks. Especially some of the larger ones, the shaft wasn't long enough for you to get the right, you know, like if you needed a couple of like stitches, like even 2, like 4, there's no hope of getting 4 loops of the thicker yarn that you would need to use with a 10mm hook onto the amount that was left there. And there were many a thing. And the quality was bad and the taperings were off, and it was just, there wasn't even any continuity between the hook sizes where the tapering started and ended. You know, there was one hook that the tapering started here, and like, I don't know if you can see it, but see how, there you go, that's probably better. See how it tapers and then stops tapering at about there? And then all of that is where it is 5mm, all this section here. With these other hooks, it tapered all the way to the handle. So which bit was the 5mm section? I don't know. So anyway, that's what I was annoyed at. The handles themselves felt fine. I had no issues with the handles. They were nice and squishy. But it was the actual quality of the metal hook that really just sailed it home for me. I had heaps of random old hooks from my aunt. Some were okay. Some just didn't slide. And the hook, And the hook shape was weird. Yeah, that's the other thing. Different brands do a different hook shape. And some of them really, like, I can't remember which one it was. There was an old hook that my mum gave me. She picked up at a second-hand store somewhere. The hook on it was the weirdest thing I'd ever seen, but it worked like a treat. So, you know, I was happy with that. I'll take that one. But then there's others where you get them and you're like, it doesn't grab the yarn. Yeah, and Leanne's right here. We all are different and we all like different things. But yeah. But these hooks that I'm trying out at the moment, which are really nice, they just don't have a little flat section. So because I'm so used to my thumb being on a flat section, I'm really noticing it. But other than that, the actual hook itself I'm very impressed with. So we'll see how it goes in the full review. That'll be coming out soon-ish. Yeah, Chintami, Leanne with you as well, I think. Leanne likes the poopy golds too. So, I'm not a fan of the poopy golds. I prefer the amours for the clovers. Oh, the poopy golds is what I call the clover soft touches, by the way. And I don't understand why they're called clover soft touch when these are softer. I don't know. Christina says, I use pencil grip. I like the clover soft touch, but love the tulip Edamo. They just glide. Yeah, I've got both. I like them both. They're both pretty interchangeable for me, whichever one's handy. So, and usually it's my clovers because my tulips are in their little case tucked away with the rest of my knitting needles and cases and things, whereas the clovers tend to be in like just a little pencil case that sits in my craft crate out in the living room. So, yeah, I could probably move the clovers out. So, funny story. I've been going through a whole pile of unfinished projects. I have entire crates of unfinished projects because I will quite often do tests for things. And so I just do a test. Yep, that worked cool. Add that in or whatever. Or how that was, because I used to do a lot of pattern testing. And so I would test a technique rather than the entire project. Unless I did the entire project and then it got shipped off, so I didn't keep it anyway. So I've had zillions of these projects. There's still a few there. I'm still going through, but there's a lot less now than there was. My tulip case was practically empty. I couldn't find any of the hooks. By the time I went through about half of this crate, because they were all in little project bags and they all had their hook with them, I have found most of my tulip hooks. I think there's still one that's MIA. I think it's the 4mm. I think the 4mm still MIA. I'll have to check. But yeah, it's probably in a project somewhere. Let me see. Yeah, our grip is different as well. Absolutely. Holly says, I love the clover more, but I like the soft touch, and that's what I'm working with right now on my project. Yeah, and look, this is one of the things, right? Like, I don't mean to poo-poo over people's choices because whatever you like to work with it. But I just get frustrated. Like, when we're comparing the clover more to the clover soft touches, this part here on either of the hook is beautiful quality for all of them. The handles are shaped differently, and they're slightly different designs, and that's a different topic. That's about personal preference. But when this is trash, then it's bad for everybody. It's bad for the user. It's bad for the end product. They're not getting the gauge they think they should be getting because they're actually not using the correct hook size because they don't know what the hook size is. So yeah, I don't like when it comes to the better quality hooks. I've actually got some hooks here I need to test as well. Another set. Has anyone used the Knit Picks Waves? I think I'll grab them. Hang on. La 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 la, roll my little chair. Knit Pro Waves, they're called. I haven't tried them before, but I thought I'd get them and try them. Let's have a little squizzy squiz. They come in a cute case. I'll say this case is super cute. I love that it's got. I'll probably go into it more in the description, but I love that it's got a big loop. But yeah, I don't know. I've got to work with them and see if I like them. But has anybody else used them? I'm very curious. I love the case. Oh, I did love the case. Now the zips. There we go. But yeah, I'll just put that aside for now. But I haven't tried them yet, so we'll give them a whirl too. I'm going to go through lots of different ones. Francis says, I'm such a beginner, I need a slight grip. Like, what do you mean? What do you need to be grippy? The handle or the I don't know. Oh, knitting needles. You're talking about knitting needles. I see. Yeah. Yeah, like, and again, whether you go for bamboo or timber or stainless steel or whatever, that's all personal preference. I personally prefer to use stainless steel for most things. And then every now and again, I want to use the bamboo just because if I'm using a really slippery silk, I find it just a little bit easier to control. So, can we vote on which colour you have to use? No, because these colours have meaning. The colours mean a different size. So if we choose the wrong size, then it's going to change everything. It'll change the whole outcome of the project. Kathy says you should check out the We Crochet dot hooks. Okay. Can you send that in a message for me so I can check them out? So I remember. It might give me an excuse to hit up the We Crochet site while they're having a sale. So We Crochet is the crochet portion of the Knit Picks website. So I could get, I can order my We Crochet and get Knit Picks yarns while at the same time, I believe. I might be wrong, but I think so. Let me see. Yeah, the different colours are different sizes, so we've got to be careful. Adds to the challenge. Oh man, no. That's a no. That's a hard no. Be like, okay, we're going to use a 5mm. Has Chantal got yarn that suits a 5mm hook? The answer is yes. Look at this. Now we're going to use a 10mm. Does Chantal have yarn for that? Nope. We'll have to hold 2 strands together. Yeah. So we've got some hook reviews coming. I've also got some needle reviews coming. Just different quick videos on different things and just it's always my personal opinion. Okay. And some things, like if I think it's just rubbish manufacturer quality, I'll tell you. And if I think it's just going to be a personal preference thing, I'll tell you that too. Because just because I don't like something because of a particular thing about it doesn't mean it's not good. It just means it's not my personal preference. But if it's badly manufactured, then that's another kettle of fish. Oh, the sale ended yesterday? Oh, boo. That's right. I'll still look. I can add them to my cart and leave them there until the next sale. Or I could just suck it up and pay for them. I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how much they cost. They might not be too expensive. Trying out all the hooks. I'm tempted to try the collage hooks, but considering the cost of postage from collage to Australia, I'm just like, maybe not just yet. Although I have to say, I have been loving the square DPNs. I thought they were going to be a bit gimmicky. I really did. I really thought that I was just going to be like, yeah, whatever. Now I'm disappointed if I have to use, oh boo, I have to use my Chow Goos because I don't have collage in that size. Like, really? Because the Chow Goos are great. So I think my hands are just like, yeah, we like the square ones. Can you get the square ones? So I think if I do decide to get the collage crochet hooks to try one or two of them, I will have to order in some more of the DPNs just because I love the DPNs. Oh, I saw this amazing DPN sorter and storage container that Laura Nelkin was showing. And it's like this cylinder, right? And in the top is all little holes, and it's a needle gauge, right? So you put the needle in, work out which one, and drop it all the way in. And then when you sort of unscrew it and lift it up, there's all these like wedge pieces, and they sit in their little wedge section. So when you're like, okay, that's the 3.5 millimeter, pull it out. There's all your 3.5 millimeters. And then when you want to put them away, I just loved it. I thought it was so good. Do Chow Goo make hooks that aren't interchangeable? Yes, they do. They have a bamboo handle with a metal head, and they also have just plain bamboo as well, individual hooks. They had those well before they ever got the interchangeable ones too. So, but yeah, they have the bamboo handle is reminiscent of the shape of the Clover soft touches. That's kind of the flatter paddle kind of look. So yeah, Chintamani, I'll find a link to the video and I'll pop it into the fun zone and into the Discord, and you can check it out. But I just thought it was super clever. It was super clever because, like, I don't know about you, how many in the chat who've used double pointed needles have accidentally done something where they've tipped their needle case up the wrong way and all of the needles have gone out, and then you have to check the sizes to put them all back in again. It takes 14,000 years. That would be me. Most times I pick up the case, I pick it up wrong. Gabby has bought the dots hooks, but she hasn't tried them yet. Okay, good to know. I just saw the link that came through from Kathy, so thank you, Kathy. I appreciate you sending that. I'll check that out after the stream. Francis says, did two rows of the rib and just saw that I've done half a row the opposite way. Oh, gosh. Oh, Francis, I'm sorry to hear that. Do you like how... Oh, I suppose do you like how it ribs? You can't work that out yet. You need another couple of rows to see if you're happy with the actual stretch in it. I'll have to check them out. I'm sick of my plastic rubber handled hooks going sticky over time. Nothing seems to remove the stickiness either. Oh yeah, I know what you're talking about. I've had to clean off my my tulips. I've found, and it doesn't work permanently, but it works for a while. I go to Bunnings and grab like a bottle of 100% isopropyl. I don't get like the chemist version one. I go to the Bunnings one and get like the heavy duty one. Give it a little soaky soak. Give it a wipe. Well, actually, I don't give it a soak. I spray it on, like I lay them on a paper towel, spray it on, let it soak in a minute, and then give them a little wipe down. That tends to do it. But yeah, it's a fun one. What am I doing here? Just working out which side of the pattern I'm on. There we go. That helps. I should lay the blanket back out so that I can see what I'm doing. Flip is flipping. No, I'm not flipping. I'm on the back. There we go. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to have a look at them. I'll have a look and see what they look like. Francis says, can I just not do rib? Does that work on a jumper? Yeah, you can totally just have it not rib. It'll, like, think of a pullover, like with a loose band on it. It'll just skim. It depends on the look that you wanted, whether you need a rib or not. I personally prefer not to put ribs at the bottoms of my jumpers. I don't like how they sit on me. So I don't rib the bottoms of my things. I do tend to do something a little different, a little decorative. But, you know, it depends. Yeah, see, I tend to, so I do the front and back thing where I'll do the front side is an inch longer than the back. No, other way around. The back is an inch longer than the front, but I add in an inch of garter in that, and that actually stops it from curling up and it sits nicely. I'm just thinking, I've got my top, hang on. It's just right here. I'm like, I just pulled it out. Excuse me. I just pulled it out from under something. I'm like, is it going to just like create this avalanche? Okay, so I happen to have my top handy. And rather than the rib that the pattern suggested, I just did garter to stop it from curling. So I've got all knit stitches and that's the garter band. And so at the bottom, I've got like a little gap. And then the back side is a little longer than the front sides, which you can't really see because of how it's sitting, but it is a little longer. But yeah, I just do this little garter, like, what is that? Like just like an inch worth, maybe an inch and a half. So, and it just makes a nice finished edge. It has a different look, but then when it's sitting on, it doesn't come in at all. So it just sits sort of and flows nicely. So yeah. Did that help at all? Like, I don't know. Yeah, purling though. But Sal, Francis is knitting flat anyway. She's going to be doing all the purling. So the garter rib for her, the garter bottom is actually just going to be all knits because she'll just knit both sides rather than for the rest of the sweater it'll be knit and purl. I'm assuming. I could be wrong. So I was like, what have I done there? But that's all right. I've done the right thing. It just looked different because it was blue on top of white rather than just white on white. Yeah. It'll work. It'll do the thing. I was actually thinking about another sweater that I want to make. And I was just like, am I going to do a rib on it or not? And I was talking to Abby about it last night. I'm like, the pattern says to put a rib on the bottom, but I'm not a fan of the rib. Do you reckon I could get away with that? She's like, absolutely. Don't do a rib. And I'm like, it'll skim and do the thing like this shirt that I'm wearing. And she's like, yes, do that. And I was like, okay, excellent. Sold. Knitspin Girl says, I don't mind purling. I'm a thrower though. Don't know if that makes a difference. Okay. How are we going here? We've got this ball's getting very flat. It's a flat ball. We'll just take it out of the paper. But yes, it's more like, I don't know. It's not so much a ball anymore. So we'll keep going. Bianca says, I usually do twisted rib, but don't go down a needle size. That way it looks ribbed, but just doesn't pull in. I like that idea too. Yeah, that's the one. Is that the one stitch purl and one stitch knit through the back loop? Is that right? Crochet Me Pink, have an awesome week and weekend. We'll catch you next time. Oh, Knit Spin Girl says, did you put a program? No, I didn't. But I think I've done about 5 rows so far. I can actually check it from the start and see how, like, from the start of the stream, and just double check, like, which, because I think I was still working in blue. So yeah, I don't know. That would be smart to stick a progress marker in when I'm working on Abby's blanket, because then I could show her exactly how much I got done in a stream. She's going to be so chuffed that we've gotten to work on her blanket for the full 2 hours of the stream. It might give her an indication of how long it takes, considering we have not done an entire ball of yarn in that amount of time. So, yeah. Bye, Deb. Have an awesome day. Catch you later. Oh, don't forget to thumbs up. Thank you, Russell. Excellent point. Oh, I started in brown. But did I only start here? That'd be 4 rows. Oh, that's disappointing. I thought I'd done more than that. I felt like I'd done more than that. I'll have to have a look. I'll just work really fast and try and get to the next brown. But yes, I need a reminder at the start of a project to put in a tab to work it out. Francis, excellent point. That's an excellent point. Always look at the win. The win is you've gotten a lot of good practice on casting on. Awesome. Yeah, casting on can be the pain though, right? Have a hand stretch too if you've been crafting the entire... Oh, excellent advice, Leanne. Excellent advice. Alrighty, I can hear Abby out chatting. Should we tell her that we're still working on her blanket? Bianca says, I find the first row after a cast on to be hardest. I agree. I always find it a bit tricky, like when I'm working on something and you actually have to start like heavy duty lace the very first row. And I'm always like, oh, this is so like annoying. Oh, hang on. I didn't do that one right. I did it as a standard stitch instead of a back post, front post stitches. Game Widows is off as well. See you later. Chintami says, I like that stretchy cast on that Chantel did in the video 1,000 years ago. Really easy once you get the hang of it. Yeah. I think we've worked out, like, it's really quite funny because I get comments on it nearly every day going, hey, that's the Tilly Buddy. That's the Tilly Buddy cast on. So yeah, it's like a variation of the Chinese waitress cast on, and it's called the Tilly Buddy cast on. But I think the video is called Super Stretchy Cast On for Knitting or something like that. It's so old. But it's still a good video. So I'm not going to change it, even though I'd love to go in and actually, like, I've changed it in the description and I've pinned a comment saying, hey, we know what it's called now because this video went up 7 years ago. But, you know, there's still people who don't check the comments before they comment. And so the majority of the comments in the comment area are all telling me that it's the Tilly Buddy cast on. So, yeah. But it's great. It's a great cast on. I love it. And I love that I don't have to know how much yarn I'm using. But it is specifically good if you're going to be doing a 1x1 rib. So, an oldie but a goodie. Yes. Oh, I've done it again. Stop doing that. That's wrong. Do it correctly, or you'll suffer for it later. Leanne says the cast on is tough for me, but now and then I'm picking up varied needles and having a go. Yeah, like this is the thing. All of these different skills, every single one of them is new at some stage or another for you. And even if you're a seasoned knitter, sometimes a new cast on can throw you for a little bit of a curve. And then, you know, sometimes, you know, a different technique can just sort of, you know, make you have to think about it for just a second. But it's always worth trying and testing out all these different things, because you might find a new favorite. You might find one that's just perfect for this particular kind of project that you love the best. Knitspin Girls here is saying that she likes a tubular cast on for a 1x1 rib. I haven't tried a tubular cast on, so I suppose I should. I've tried a lot of cast ons, but I don't think I've tried that one. I might have. Like, it'll be one of those ones where I'm like, I don't know the name of it, but this is how you do it. I'm going to have another sip of my tea. There we go. Thank you, Samantha. The blanket's coming along very nicely. I think Abby is going to be very happy with it once it's done. If she's not, I'm taking it back and I'm going to keep it. So she better have some gratitude. That's all I can say. She will. I'm pretty certain she will. I'm pretty certain she'll be pretty so dang excited that I'll barely get the ends woven in and not even washed, and she will have stolen it straight out of my hands. I'll be like, I need a photo. She's like, you can take a photo of me in it. I am now a burrito. It wouldn't be the first time. The tubular cast on is nice and stretchy too, so it's my go-to for socks. Okay, see, so I'm assuming you're a top-down sock knitter, because I'm a toe-up sock knitter. And I tend to do the Turkish cast on, I think it's called, or the figure 8 cast on, or the, I don't know what it's got a pile of different names, but it all means the same thing. I can do a thumb cast on. Then last week was shown a more traditional way with the 2 needles, and I'm getting very good at that now. Oh, that's good. The different cast-ons have different advantages. So learning multiple different ways to cast on is super helpful, because some are stretchier than others, so they're great for like anything that needs to be blocked heavily, like lace. Some hold their edge in really perfectly, so if you need to make like a something that you don't want to stretch, you can use one for that as well. Different things can, and the stretchy ones, there's all different levels of stretch as well, so it just depends on what you want to make. Knitspin Girl says, yes, cuff down. I can never figure out the right place to start the gusset increases for the toe up. Yeah, it's tricky. I'm not going to say I've worked that out. I think that for the socks that I've just made, I've got a feeling that I started my toe increase too soon, and the gusset feels like it's short and it's pulling my heel forward. So I think I need to pull back the gusset, and unfortunately oh no, I was going to say unfortunately it's 2 at a time socks, but no, I've only done it on one sock so far. Or have I done it on both? I don't know the answer. Let me look. I think I've done it on both. Yeah, I have. I've done it on both. And I think that it's just I think it's a bit short. I think my heel sits more here than back here. And so therefore it's pulling on the length of my foot. So I think I need to add in a little bit more length, because my foot's a bit wider, so it needs a bit more of the fabric. So I probably could have made it a dash wider. Like they fit nice until I tried to put the heels in, But it could also have been the day I tried them on, I had puffy feet. So, you know, I might have been being picky about something that, you know, I was having a bad day with. So, you know, grace and try again. And a rib cast on. Yeah. The yarn I'm using for this blanket is the Karen Cotton Cake. And in the colorway of Beach Glass. I'm loving it a lot, Emma. It feels amazing. And I just didn't think I'd be into it, honestly. Like, when I felt it in the ball, I was a bit like, eh. But as a waffle stitch, oh, man. Like, absolutely do it. Hit up the sails. The other color way that I like, it's a Fairy Glen or something like that. I can't remember exactly what it's called, but it's something along those lines. I've done something at the beginning, and there we go. I got it, and then didn't have a yarn over, so I have to get it again. Good job, me. Go me. Flip. Where are we at for time? Oh, we're doing all right. We've got a few more minutes, so I will keep working on this. Yeah, the color is gorgeous. Like, it's absolutely, I'm loving it. And like, it's got a, you know, this particular stitch with it, even though it's a cotton acrylic blend, it's got a bit of give to it. It's got a bit of stretch. So basically what's happened is my daughter Abby has been going to my cousin's house, and my cousin also crochets. And my cousin makes waffle stitch blankets using the Karen Cotton Cakes, and Abby's been on my case. But these Karen Cotton Cakes in Australia, they're expensive, okay? They are dear for a, what is it, 100-gram ball. What are they, like $9 or $10 per ball? When regular acrylic is more like $3 a ball, right? So I am just like, okay, right, let's just think about this. And then I went to a retreat, and a friend of mine wanted to de-stash 13 balls of this yarn. And now 13 wasn't quite enough for the size blanket we wanted, so we did have to go out and buy another 7 balls. So we've got the 20 balls. Because it's wide. I'll grab a tape measure. So not stretch, just sitting, like it can stretch right out, but I'll just have it sit naturally. And we've got it so far at it's 39 inches wide, or nearly 40, 39 and a half inches wide. And I don't know how tall we've got it yet. I don't know yet. But yeah, so it's like 40 inches wide. So it's a good lap blanket. It's not quite single bed width. I can't remember what single bed width in Australia. Oh, Holly says it's not cheap there either. Okay, yeah. So I don't think I would have... what have I done here? Hang on a second. I need to look at what I'm doing. So I'm just inventing stuff. I don't know why that's like that. There we go. Lucky it was just there. And it was just easy to fix. That's all I can say. Because I'm like, what have I done? That's not right. Okay. There we go. It's amazing what, if you do the right stitches on the row before, how much easier it is to do the next row, right? So Holly's saying it's not cheap where she is either, which is the US. So yeah, it works out to be, it's very yarn hungry. This pattern is very yarn hungry. It uses a lot of yarn. I've got 20 balls. We're already through 10. And we're actually, look, let's just go this. Are we through 10? We might be through 9. This might be the 9th ball. And again, I could stretch it out, but I'll just leave it like whatever that is. You can't quite see the whole thing in the shot here just because I've got it zoomed in. But we are at 32 inches long. I think we're at about the 10th ball, I think. So there's 1 join, 2 joins, 3, 4, 5, 6 on that side. Or maybe we're only 6 balls in. Okay, that feels better. That feels better knowing that. They were 32 inches long with about 6 or 7 balls. I can't measure the balls because I count the balls because I started another project that used the balls to start with, and I was like, I don't like it, so I'm going to pull it out of that as I go. So some are no longer in their ball. Oh, I got the shirt memo. Green was the shirt colour for today. Really? Russell and I are in an education group together, and there's the main guy over there wears t-shirts, and quite often it's green. It's green. Let me look. So a single bed is around 130 and 120ish. What are we? So what's 40 inches? About 100. Is that right? Let me just. Yeah. Okay. So we're at about 100 centimeters wide. So it's a little short, like width-wise from a single bed, unstretched. So it might grow a little when it's like on the clothesline or something like that. It might stretch out a dash. Or it could just go in the washing machine and dryer and never see a clothesline. It could totally do that too. So, yeah. Oh, here we go. A quick Google search says a single bed. My question is, did you check if that was an Australian single bed or a US single bed? Because they are different. They are different. We don't have the same size bed sizing as the US. So I look for single bed blankets Australia, and it'll give you the blanket sizing rather than the mattress sizing as well. Because you don't want it to be just the width of the mattress, because the second you lay on it, then it's no longer covering the whole mattress. I just whacked my own face into my own microphone. Go, yay. Yeah, look, you can get the US ones in centimeters, which, you know, is just to confuse you. It could be right. You could have found you could have found it. 180 tall sounds about right for a single. I know the queens are 2 meters. And the kings are longer than that. So, yeah. People bigger or smaller in Australia? I don't know. I honestly don't know the answer to that. But I know our beds are different sizes. And they're different sizes than the IKEA beds as well. So if you buy an IKEA bed and then not an IKEA mattress, have fun with that. And if you buy an IKEA mattress but not on an IKEA bed, also have fun with that. You've got like this gap on the side. It's just they're shorter. They're not as wide. See you later, Francis. Have an amazing day. I'm just going to look at the time. Oh, guys. I just got sucked into this row and wasn't even looking at the time. Well, it is time for us to say goodbye. I'm going to finish this stitch. And then do this. It is. It's time. It's time for us to look. It is, Leanne saying it was a bit of drama because it was for the twins. Yeah. Like, you can't mix and match in Australia. You can either go IKEA all the way or not IKEA. They're your choices. But what I would say is have an awesome, awesome day. If you're in the US or if you celebrate, have an amazing Thanksgiving. Thank you so much for joining in here and spending some of your precious time with me. I really do appreciate it. Every week, I know, I don't know if I always say it, but I always appreciate it. And I'm going to quickly end the stream before somebody takes Knit Spin Girl's cheeky advice and super chats. So have an amazing week, and I will catch you all next time. Bye now.